Alright, let's see how this goes.
Yep, we're loading on up into Bel'Shir Vestige, and we're going to be seeing spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. Our pink Zerg player. Seeing if you're on guard here, Belnor. Going straight into introductions.
No, you're on screen, don't worry.
Bottom right-hand corner, pink Zerg player from Core Gaming. He is going to be JonnyREcco. 1 game down right now. Best of 5 though, so let's see if he can start to bring this back. And in the upper left-hand corner, representing Alien Invasion, recently just moved to Germany to come and play in Europe. Tried to qualify for WCS EU in the wildcard qualifier, but was not quite able to make it. It's going to be Patience. 1 game up, I think. Obviously, we'll be feeling very confident here. And a victory, of course, in this best of 3 sends him to the finals, guarantees himself at least 75 euros on a Celeritas, which is 175 euros altogether. I believe probably actually over that.
More
like,
than that. I mean, Celeritas is not that cheap, Wardy.
Celeritas is £120, which is like a 0.8 exchange rate. It's something like 140
euros or something like that.
150 euros, I think. So wow. So that's like 225 euros of prize money just for coming second. Well, not
so
money,
wow, much amazed.
Such a prize.
Yeah. Alright, JonnyREcco, scouting for proxies even. This is the most used proxy location ever since Naniwa versus Jaedong at that famed DreamHack where he used this in the deciding game. So he scouts that, but then just plops down the hatchery first.
Yep. You know, nothing too crazy going on. I mean, hatchery first. Patience, I don't think we're yet to see him do a Forge expand.
Yeah.
JonnyREcco very possibly will start to recognize this as well, depending on how much he knows about Patience.
And you know, yesterday when we casted those games between Nurchio and Patience, when Nurchio went for a hatch first on Derelict Watcher, Patience just followed up with a 4-gate pressure off of an expansion and just murdered him, just with pure Zealot and Mothership Core. So we might, oh my goodness, yeah, 3rd base very quickly here for JonnyREcco. We might just see the same situation.
This is 3 hatch before pool.
Yeah, it is.
3 hatch before pool, and again he scouts. He knows that it's free. He knows it's a gateway expand. Like, this just does not make sense to me. Why these Zerg players are consistently and
well, the thing
unrelentingly continue to do this.
The thing is, you put. By doing this, by going 3 hatch before pool, you actually put pressure on your opponent. Because I, as a Protoss player, if I let the Zerg get away with this, if I don't attack quickly, if I don't do a timing in around, I don't know, 7, 8 minutes or something, if I don't find a way to negate this advantage, then you're going to be absurdly strong in the mid-game. And I would have like a lot of trouble dealing with you, with your economy and with your ability to constantly remax your armies. So, you know, the ball is in Patience's court basically. And Rico hasn't done anything yet. He just chose a build. Now Patience sending the first Zealot all across the map, the second Zealot as well. We have seen him do this before.
Someone did it just before against Bly. He went for the same build on Habitation Station. This probe even helps out. I mean, every little bit of DPS here from the Protoss player is actually going to help. Look at his control of the Zealot as well. Not getting surrounded, maximum efficiency from that, and that's going to soften these Lings up, ready for Zealot number 2 here. And with these low health Lings, I'm not quite sure how much JonnyREcco can really do to the Zealot. Now, some extra Lings coming in will make the Zealot have to turn around, but it does get that snipe on the Zerg, and look at that, just running away to the wall, going to keep that alive here. So a great little bit of early game exchanges going on in this match. And I mean, Patience, he throws down 2 gateways. Does he throw down a 3rd, which would take him up to 4 in total? Or does he not? Because that's the real question here. Does he get aggressive and try and deny this? Or what? I mean, his warp gate's quite fast.
He could still be aggressive with 3 gates, but yeah, the warp gate is really fast. You are right about that, but the gateways don't really synchronize well with the warp gate upgrade, so he won't be able to attack as quickly as he could have.
And there's no pylon on the map either.
Yeah, if we take a look at the harvester count, it's 30 to 28, and you know, if, like I said, if you don't attack as a Protoss player, if you don't do a timing, at least by the 8-minute mark, then the Zerg player will have such a strong economy, and we can see JonnyREcco probably shooting way up to the 50, 60-ish drone mark very quickly before we get to the 10-minute mark. But look at Patience, he's adding on 3 additional gateways, ones that JonnyREcco does not know about, and he will try to go for that attack. King of the 5 gate, here we come.
Yeah, wow, so, I mean...
6 gate, excuse me.
Yeah, 6 gates. It's just going to be straight up 2 base 6 gate all in, and I mean, usually we see 7 gates, usually we see 8 gates, usually we don't actually ever see anything like this. But against the 3 hatch before pool, it could work. I mean, link speed is 16 seconds into production out of 110. That's a long way from finishing, you know, that's about 90 seconds where these gateways are going to be finished, units are going to be warping in, and JonnyREcco has nothing he can do about it because links don't have speed. His lair's about to finish, that's going to be absolutely useless. He has a roach warren down, and he does start some roaches, but is it going to be enough on 48 drones?
Have to rely on roaches to defend this. This is basically when you go for 3 hatches really quickly, you first get the roach warren most of the times, and then you get the link speed, and you only try to fight on creep to get that speed boost on the units. But you will need roaches. It doesn't matter if it's an immortal sentry push or if it's an 8 gate or 6 gate. Just by that link speed being delayed because of that fast 3rd hatch, you just have to produce roaches. REcco still needs to buy some time. He still does not have quite enough of units.
He's a little bit supply blocked right now. His overlords are just starting to finish here, but I'm not sure if it's going to be quite in time. First force fields are really good for Patience, and some sentries will go down, but mostly the ones which have already used their energy. However, no roaches are actually really going down. Yeah, spine crawl on the way, more roaches on the way too, and you know, the longer JonnyREcco holds without taking damage, the less potent this attack comes from Patience. That being said, right now, you know, Patience's army is looking very good, but it is running out of energy on the sentries, and JonnyREcco's doing a good job keeping roaches alive.
But look at this, he's now barreling down on the roaches, he is killing them off. Now one thing with the Zerg player, you just have to bring down that hatchery. If you're being too greedy, then the Zerg player could overpower you over time, because he still has that production in the presence of that hatchery. So Patience is being a little bit too greedy here right now, trying to be as cost effective as possible, making REcco waste units and larva, and I have to say he's been successful. 9 workers killed and a whole ton of units, and his army is still alive, but he is running out of force fields. When he runs out of those force fields, it's going to be well, more difficult for him to maintain presence here.
Worse. That being said, JonnyREcco just lost a whole bunch of roaches, and this 3rd base is going to end up going down. Another time warp. How many time warps does that thing have? Another time warp will allow these roaches to essentially just be killed off here. And, I mean, if that time warp wasn't there, I'm pretty sure that would have been a much different story.